the 2026 World Cup in North America is witnessing one of the most emotional and iconic storylines in modern football history. Portugal enters the tournament not just as heavy title favorites, but carrying a sacred mission shared by every single player. Far from the past, tournaments marred by squad disharmony and egos overriding the collective, today's Portugal is an absolute united front. Every player, from battle-hardened veterans to world-class youngsters in their prime, is beating to the same drum, willingly stepping back to lift their legendary captain. The hunger for glory is no longer just for the nation. It is a solemn vow to give everything for Cristiano Ronaldo's last dance. I once thought Cristiano Ronaldo's bitter tears in Qatar 2022 marked a tragic final chapter for a legendary icon. That fateful night against Morocco seemed to permanently extinguish his ultimate lifelong dream. Yet, the sheer resilience of a generational superstar refused to let him bow to fate. Under the stewardship of Roberto Martinez, who pinned absolute faith in him from day one, the iconic number 7 engineered a miraculous resurgence. At 41 years old, he proved he is anything but a liability, firing Al-Nassr to silverware and extending his international record to an unprecedented 226 caps. It has been a journey of defying the odds, turning heartbreak into fuel for a proud new chapter in North America. Football fans worldwide will never forget the haunting scenes at the Al Thumama Stadium on the night of December 10, 2022. The final whistle blew on a shocking quarter-final exit against dark horses Morocco, and tears streamed down Cristiano Ronaldo's face. The on-Seproed forward wept uncontrollably as he walked down the tunnel, devastated by the thought that his ultimate footballing dream had vanished forever. The despair was so heavy that he could only pour his heart out on social media the following day. Winning a World Cup for Portugal was the biggest and most ambitious dream of my career. I left everything on the pitch. I never turned my back on a fight, and never gave up on that dream. But time has shown that the heartbreak in Qatar was not the final whistle, but the catalyst for a monumental rebirth. Despite the drama of being benched in the 61 demolition of Switzerland, where his deputy, Goncalo Ramos, bagged a hat-trick on the relentless skepticism over his age, the number 7 stood tall. Roberto Martinez's arrival in early 2023 completely shifted the narrative. Instead of starting a rebuild by discarding the old guard, the Spanish tactician flew straight to Saudi Arabia to convince Ronaldo, making him the irreplaceable focal point of his rebuilt Selecao at 41. When most of his peers have transitioned to coaching or are enjoying retirement, Cristiano Ronaldo is still lacing up his boots. The stats speak for themselves. This past season with Al-Nassr, he banged in 28 goals, playing a pivotal role in their convincing Saudi Pro League title triumph. On the international stage, he continues to cement his legendary status, racking up 226 caps and an astonishing 143 goals for his country. Roberto Martinez couldn't help but praise his talisman, stating proudly, "Cristiano is not defined by his age, but by his insatiable hunger to conquer every challenge. No matter what, Cristiano wins." The very next day, he has that same drive to improve. That unquenchable fire has silenced the critics, setting the stage for a star-studded squad to fully back him on this historic quest in North America. Looking at Portugal's World Cup roster this year, one can't help but be awed by a golden generation firing on all cylinders. From the rock-solid Ruben Dias anchoring the backline to a talismanic Vitinha, fresh off winning the Champions League with Paris Saint-Germain and finishing third in the Ballon d'Or. What commands the most respect about this squad is not their market value or silverware, but their willingness to check their egos at the door. Unlike past tournaments, where stars clashed for influence, these young generational talents are ready to outrun everyone, shouldering a massive workload just to let their 41-year-old talisman shine. Vitina's declaration that they want to win it all for Ronaldo is the ultimate proof of an unparalleled team chemistry, where love and respect have conquered all individual selfishness. Portugal brings to the 2026 World Cup a squad widely regarded by experts as the finest golden generation in the nation's history. They possess a flawless spine running right through the team, packed with key players from Europe's elite clubs. Defensively, solidity is guaranteed by Manchester City's Ruben Dias. Flanked by the dynamic fullback pairing of Nuno Mendes and João Cancelo, the midfield is a powerhouse featuring one of the world's finest trios: João Neves, Bruno Fernandes, and the phenomenal Vitinha. Up front, weapons like Bernardo Silva, João Felix, Gonçalo Ramos, and Rafael Leao stand ready to unlock any defense. In the past, having this many Alistairs usually spelled dressing room trouble, with everyone competing for the spotlight. But this current Portugal side is the exact opposite. Stars like the 26-year-old Vitinha, currently at the absolute peak of his powers, are ready to sacrifice personal glory for the collective good. Vitinha enjoyed a breathtaking season, sweeping 3 domestic trophies with PSG and hoisting the coveted Champions League trophy for the first time, propelling him to 3rd in the Ballon d'Or standings. Yet, on international duty, the midfielder shows absolute reverence for a captain 15 years his senior. He told the media, "It's incredible to share a dressing room with him. Hopefully, we can win the World Cup with Ronaldo, and also for him." This unity isn't just talk for the media. It translates into concrete tactical sacrifices on the pitch. Modern football demands high-intensity pressing, and at 41, Cristiano Ronaldo cannot press relentlessly for 90 minutes. Understanding this, the young guns around him willingly cover extra ground, absorbing the defensive workload so their captain can conserve energy for those clinical match-winning finishes. Portugal proved they can play beautiful football without him, demolishing Armenia 91 in his absence, yet they firmly choose him as their spiritual figurehead. The collective hunger to lift the trophy for Ronaldo has forged distinct personalities into an unstoppable force. This was on full display during their Nations League triumph, where Ronaldo stepped up to score in both the semi-final against Germany and the final against Spain to lift the trophy. For millions of fans, the 2026 World Cup in North America is the ultimate crusade of a king. The moment he steps onto the pitch for their opening match against DR Congo in Houston, Cristiano Ronaldo will officially make history as one of only 3 players to feature in 6 consecutive World Cups. Alongside his eternal rival Lionel Messi and Guillermo Ochoa, despite the skepticism over his age or the grueling weather conditions, he enjoys total protection from veteran tacticians like Paulo Fonseca and high expectations from former director Carlos Godinho. Ahead of him lies the chance to shatter historic records held by Dino Zoff or Nils Liedholm to become the oldest player ever to lift the World Cup trophy. Portugal's Group C campaign kicks off against Dr. Congo on June 17 in Houston, followed by Uzbekistan on June 23, before a highly anticipated high-stakes showdown against Colombia on June 27. From the opening whistle of Match 1, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi will officially enter the pantheon of ultimate legends as 2 of the only 3 players in history to grace 6 consecutive World Cups. Alongside co-host Mexico's Guillermo Ochoa, Ronaldo enters the tournament with 22 appearances, 1,860 minutes played, and 8 goals scored across 5 tournaments from 2006 to 2022. If he finds the back of the net in this tournament, he will become the first and only player to score in 6 different World Cups, an unprecedented feat, especially given Messi failed to score in the 2010 edition. Ahead of this crucial tournament, pundits are still debating whether an aging star might become a tactical burden holding the team back. However, Lion manager Paulo Fonseca immediately shut down the critics, fiercely defending the timeless value of the nation's footballing icon. A player who scores this many goals can never be considered a problem. He brings leadership and protects the squad through his sheer stature. Former national team director Carlos Godinho, who witnessed Ronaldo's debut back in 2003 as an 18-year-old against Kazakhstan, shared a heartfelt wish: "I deeply hope he can bow out of the game with a trophy of this magnitude, while Father Time is undefeated." Godinho warned that a tournament stretching across 3 nations, the US, Canada, and Mexico, presents massive challenges in terms of climate, travel, and physical fatigue for European sides. As such, North America 2026 feels like the ultimate crusade for Ronaldo to complete the greatest trophy cabinet in football history. Should Portugal make a deep run, Ronaldo has the chance to surpass Messi's record of 26 World Cup appearances and eclipse Dinozoff's 1982 record 40 years and 133 days to become the oldest player to ever play in and win a World Cup final. The absolute unity of the finest generation Portugal has ever produced has formed an unbreakable shield around him against all criticism. No matter how the cards fall in North America, the fact that a squad of world-class superstars is willing to suppress their egos and empty their tanks for their captain is already a resounding spiritual victory. It is the most beautiful testament to camaraderie, respect, and the timeless legacy that Cristiano Ronaldo has spent his entire life building for Portuguese football. Beyond all the statistics and the unprecedented records waiting to be broken, what resonates deepest is the human beauty of the beautiful game. Portugal's World Cup campaign this year is no longer about a solitary genius carrying the weight of a nation on his shoulders. It is a symphony of brotherhood and sacred reverence. An entire generation of world-class superstars has willingly taken a step back, forming an unbreakable shield to protect and elevate the legacy of their legendary predecessor. Whether this last dance on North American soil ends with radiant smiles in the final at MetLife, or heartbreaking tears, the European Selecao has already achieved the ultimate psychological triumph. They have redefined the very meaning of a team where individual egos are completely erased to make way for a grand, shared dream named Cristiano Ronaldo.